All right, we're going to discuss this. Which is better, membrane or mechanical? Before we get on to that, don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, link down below to my merch store, and every little bit helps me make much better content and apparently make a fool of myself as I explain this. If you ask me, mechanical's better, but we'll get into that in a second. Membrane is generally... I'm going to put these down. Membrane's generally going to give a much more consistent feel as well as not be as loud. However, it generally takes more actuation than, say, some other keyboards would. It varies a little bit depending on membrane to membrane, of course, but generally it takes more actuation and a little bit more pressure to get the keys to actuate and react and send the message to the computer of, hey, this key was pressed. Also, there's a finite amount of numbers, a finite amount of times that each key can be pressed. I think it's somewhere in the rounds of like thousands and thousands. But as soon as you hit that number for one of those switches, it's dead. There's nothing you can really do to fix that. You have to change out the entire keyboard to get that fixed. Now with mechanical switches, you can have a bit more customization onto how they feel when you're actuating them, how hard you need to press, how they sound when you press them, and all that, which makes it really nice for gamers in a way. Not every gamer likes the same sound and likes it as loud as every other one does. By the way, this is Biscuit. She's very shy. She doesn't like to be held that much, so it's very rare for her to let me hold her. Now, there also are hundreds of brands to choose from when it comes to switches. The more common one that most people generally tend to go for are Cherries, which is what this keyboard here from Atrix's has. I believe, yeah, it's Cherry Browns. With this, you have, like I said, the customization on switches. However, same with the switches, the membranes, a switch can also just stop working. However, it's not as hard to fix them, depending on the switch. If it's a soldered-in switch, then it's a little bit more time-consuming. You have to get in there, desolder the switch, get that switch out, put a new switch in, or change out the switch depending on what's wrong with that switch. Change a part of the switch, sorry, depending on what's wrong with the switch. Usually I would just change the switch and call that a day. But this customization is something that's huge for gamers because they like to make sure their entire setup matches and goes together. It's kind of a thing that's pretty normal for most gamers, if you ask me. We're a little touchy with our stuff because we spend some money on it. It's something we enjoy, and we should be able to customize how we enjoy our look. Like getting merch from my store to customize your look to enjoy my content. Just plugging away shamelessly. I mean, you can get really into keyboard customization. You could get a full custom keyboard, which would be, if you want me to go into this, the shell that you can get a liner on the bottom to make it the keys when you hit them not hit as hard and not make the clacks as much. You can get lube for the switches themselves, custom keycaps. They make some really cool custom keycaps on like Etsy and stuff. I see some every now and then that are epoxy that have like Pokemon in them and all that kind of stuff. They're really expensive though. Now, with that, generally mechanical keyboards are a bit more expensive. Generally, this one on its own, let me look, is $50, which is relatively cheap for a mechanical keyboard, which is also, I believe, similar price to this to this Red Dragon membrane keyboard I showed you guys earlier. Yeah, that one is $27.59 currently, which I think is close to what I paid for it. So membranes are half the price, and they're considerably cheaper. So if you're going for trying to go as budget as you can, membrane's the way to go. If you have a little bit of extra pocket change and you're willing to go the extra mile to make sure you have a little bit more comfortability in your feel and how things are, mechanical keyboards are better. They're also, as you get higher in price for keyboards, you generally get a little bit more ergonomicals going for you because they're expecting you to be using it a lot. I tend to use my peripherals anywhere from 2 hours a day upwards of 10 because I'm on this computer all day making content and editing content for you guys, which is happening a little more right now because I'm still working off that horrible sickness that I don't know what is. It's great. Do I look pale? But everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below if you guys think that membranes or mechanicals are better than the other, or if you think it actually just doesn't matter. I really want to hear more about this from you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, again, link down below to my merch store. You can get some really good merch here, like this little snapback hat. It's really good. I like this hat. I actually might wear it outside of the house because I already wear the jacket everywhere because I love that jacket. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. If you like this kind of video, you should go check out the video I did on the Atrix keyboard. That whole set with the keyboard, mouse and desk pad was actually really amazing. It did really good considering how much I spent for it, which was, I want to say $60. It was really good quality. Well, guys, thanks again for tuning in and have a good day.